Hello friends, this is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth, back with another video. It's a Tuesday. Usually on Tuesdays is my day to reframe everything, to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, everything is running well. It's more of a day for me of calculation and resetting. But that's not what I'm going to talk to you about today. Continuing with the series that I have for this month about living a more carefree life. Living a more carefree life. And of course, as you do this, you're enjoying your journey. Becoming an entrepreneur is the goal, and eventually becoming financially free. Financially free from a boss, financially free from a job, financially free from having someone telling you what to do every single day, even on the weekends when you're enjoying stuff with your family. That type of deal. And today's topic is going to be one that is going to be great. So you ought to stick around and listen to everything I have to say. In fact, write this down. Write your ideas. Write your ideas. If you're the kind of person that have a whole bunch of ideas all the time in your head, there's nothing wrong with you. You was just born that way. You're a curious person. You're a person that have a lot of creativity, and what you need to do is you need to start handling that creativity. In the beginning, and I'm going to tell you one thing, with all this ADHD, ADD, and attention deficit disorders and all this stuff that they come up with, which is a lot of nonsense. But yeah, there's some kids that are hyper. There's some kids that are curious. There's some kids that stand above and beyond all the other kids. And that's probably you. That's why you're listening to this right now, because you know that you have it in you to become your own boss and your own self and not be depending on anyone. So, the first thing you need to learn right here, if you have that entrepreneur spirit in you, is to write your ideas. Why? Why you say that, Tony? Well, what are you telling me to write your ideas? Well, you have to do it. There's no other way. Why? Because you can come up with a great idea, with an awesome, innovative idea, with something that probably nobody thought of before, or you think so, maybe, because a lot of things have been done already, but you just don't know about it. The thing is this: you may come up with a better idea on how to do something that's already been done, or you can come up with an original idea, which is like very rare, but it can happen. It can happen if you have the connectivity to the universe. If you have that connectivity to the universe, you can start doing that. And it's happened to me a few times. It doesn't come along all the time. But when it comes along, you have to let it through. You have to let it flow. Because it's coming from somewhere coming through you so you can put it out there for everybody to benefit from it. Whether it is a book, whether it is a painting, whether it is a beautiful song, whatever it is that you come up with any innovative idea that you can come up with that could benefit your fellow human beings, is always welcome, because it's coming from somewhere else and it's been given to you and you can't take it lightly. So write your ideas. I can stress it enough. Write your ideas, even if you wake up at 4 a.m, because you have this excellent idea. Just go ahead and wake up. Go to your desk, your computer, whatever, if you have it closed, and write the thing down. And go back to sleep. It doesn't matter. You'll figure it out later. But us entrepreneurs work with a little pad. Now that we have the phone, we can write things on the phone too. But I usually work, I'm an old schooler, so I usually work with a pad. I have my pad with me mostly all the time, with me somewhere. And I write my ideas. And this doesn't mean that you're going to go to your bestie, your best friend, or all your acquaintances, let alone your family. No, don't do that. And you're going to start telling them that you're going to, you have a better idea on how the astronaut's going to be going to the bathroom or something. Because they're not going to believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. In fact, some of them will believe you and rob your idea. And that's the worst one. Be careful of the ones that don't care or put you down. Be careful of the ones that don't say anything and stay quiet. And they go write it down somewhere. And then they say, this is my idea. I'm going to do it. And someone takes action on your idea, and because you don't have a patent, you don't have it nothing, you don't have it written, you haven't done anything about it, and the other person did, the other person's going to get the credit, and he's going to be the inventor or the innovator or the whatever. And you cannot say anything. You can't legally say anything. You don't have the thing trademarked or nothing. Some of the ideas that you come up with will have the possibility of being trademarked. Some of the ideas that you come up with will have the possibility of being copyrighted. And that's another story, and that's another video. But for this video in itself, it's just write your ideas. Because you're going to come up with a bunch of ideas every day. And you're going to settle into 1 or 3. Maybe even 1. Because not all the ideas are going to be great. But there's going to be that day that you come up with an awesome idea. And that's the day that you're always waiting for. And it happens because you have to believe. Believe in you, believe in what you're doing, believe in your craft. And of course, I'm just gonna finish with this one. An entrepreneur has three traits, and I want to talk about those separately later on other videos. But the entrepreneur is first of all a leader, an entrepreneur. That's what it is. An entrepreneur is a leader. Then he's also a technical person. That's the second trait. The second trait is he's also a technical person. He understands the technology on how to do stuff. Maybe not as far deep as a nerd, but he understands the whole thing. He can map it out for all the technical team to work on it. And he's also a laborer. That's the third trait, but it usually goes in that order. It goes entrepreneur, leader, technical person, second trait, laborer, the guys that get inside the stuff and get all dirty and put all the cables together and make all the holes and go inside the sewage and get all dirty, or go all the way to the top to a skyscraper with a hard hat. Those are the laborers. An entrepreneur is all three. But he's the one wearing the hard hat and going on the elevator and just looking at the thing. He has his technical team and he has his laborers. But he can do all three. Not as well as the other guys, but he's the mastermind of it all. You're the entrepreneur, you're the owner, you're the creator. And like I said, I'm going to talk about those things later, but this video in itself is just write your ideas. Don't tell anyone. Write your ideas. Keep them written every single day. And with this one, I say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these videos this month and see how it goes. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. This is Tony Desan, spacewalker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth today with the message of write your ideas. I'll see you on my next video.